I'd like to bring in our royal contributor, Victoria Murphy. We just saw you also in Llama's piece. We thought we'd talk a little more about King Charles into 1 year now of his reign. How do you think the public is perceiving him and his wife, the Queen?
Hi there, good afternoon. Well, yes, as we saw in the piece, it is a very difficult act to follow Queen Elizabeth, and Charles was never going to enjoy the popularity that his mother had, and we're kind of seeing that playing out in the polls. But I do actually think that the people around him will be nevertheless feeling pretty happy with how the last year has gone, because he has been very much accepted as king, and crucially, Camilla has very much been accepted alongside him as queen. And if you look at the rhetoric over the past few years, over the decades, those things were not always a given. I think that there's been a very deliberate focus in the last year, Kira, on stability and continuity and tradition above all else. He's kind of spent the last year proving to us that he does not intend to be an activist king or a meddling monarch. And as a result, I think there has been a kind of sense of calm over the last year. But there are some challenges, nevertheless, that he does face.
So the family dynamic among King Charles, Prince William, Prince Harry, I mean, it's complicated to say the least. Prince Harry reportedly paid a private visit to Queen Elizabeth's burial site today. How does the king's broken relationship with Harry reflect, do you think, on his kingship?
Well, clearly those relationships still very fractured. Harry paying his respects to Queen Elizabeth, but not seeing, as far as we're aware, any other family members on his trip to the UK. It's interesting because the polls over here, Kira, are actually showing that Harry and Meghan's popularity is the popularity that has taken the biggest hit in the wake of everything that's happened. And the other royal family members are not polling really any worse as a result of it. But nevertheless, I do think that the breakdown of the relationships is damaging for the monarchy, because the monarchy is meant to reflect unity and stability, and having these fractured relationships play out really represent the opposite of that. And also losing Harry and Meghan as working royals was a big blow, because there was a time when people really felt they were going to galvanise the young audience. So I do think that it will have an impact, and has had an impact, on how people perceive the monarchy in Charles's reign.
And what do you think the royals do now moving forward? Look, today was a very significant day, but at some point they do have to think about the family now, their relationship, and how to move forward, and how they present themselves, you know, among the people and among the world.
You're right, and you know, today was really a moment for reflection, for looking back, but actually most of the last year I think they have been trying to look forward and kind of demonstrate to us what the new reign is going to be. I think the challenges for them are this polling that continually shows that they're not really engaging young people who are more likely now to want an elected head of state. And I think the royal family has to start thinking about how they engage young people, especially because you have a king who's in his 70s and the heir who's in his 40s. Not that they can't, but they have to really think about how to do that. And I think also thinking about some of the optics around the large amount of public funding they get. I think that's going to keep on coming up during a cost of living crisis here in the UK. And their way of dealing with this, I think, is to really keep their heads down and focus on duty, to go out there day in, day out, carry out those engagements, meet the public, and try and win people over on a sort of one-to-one personal community level.
Victoria Murphy, good to see you. Thanks for being with us again.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.